Have you ever wondered how your smart thermostat actually knows when you're on your way home? Welcome to our explainer on the Internet of Things, or IoT. We hear this buzzword literally everywhere, right? From tech blogs to appliance commercials. But today, we're going to bypass the jargon and unpack the actual architecture of our connected reality.
Here's our game plan for today. We're starting with what is the IoT, moving into the four-step IoT workflow, checking out exactly how these devices connect, and wrapping up by exploring the four main types of IoT out there in the wild.
All right, part one. What is the IoT? Because let's be real, this is so much more than just a smart fridge or a fancy fitness watch.
Think about it for a second. How do everyday physical objects actually talk to each other over the internet? Imagine your car casually chatting with your house, or a shipping container sending live updates to a warehouse. We've totally moved past just connecting computers. Now we're connecting the physical stuff we interact with every single day.
So, the core idea here is that IoT takes normal, everyday objects and gives them a kind of digital nervous system. It's a massive network of physical devices packed with sensors and software that collect and share data automatically. And the absolute best part? Minimal human intervention. These things are making decisions, sending alerts, and optimizing your life without you having to lift a finger.
Moving on to part two, the four-step IoT workflow. Let's break down how a piece of hardware actually gets smart.
It all comes down to a really elegant four-step loop. Step one is data collection. Sensors grab real-world info like temperature or motion. Step two is transmission, where that raw data is sent up to the cloud. Step three is processing. This is where the cloud analyzes what it just received, often using AI. Finally, step four is action. The system sends a command right back down to the device. Maybe it turns on your AC before you walk in the door or alerts a mechanic that a machine part is about to fail. It's just an endless, invisible loop of intelligence.
Okay, part three, how IoT devices connect. Because if they can't talk to each other, they're not really an Internet of Things. Are they? They're just lonely gadgets.
There is a massive, invisible web of wireless protocols keeping our physical world synced up. And it's not just your home Wi-Fi doing the heavy lifting. We're talking about a whole ecosystem of signals buzzing around us right now, all perfectly tailored for specific needs like battery life, range, and data size.
We can basically split this alphabet soup of protocols into two camps. You've got short-range options like Bluetooth Low Energy and Zigbee for local networks, so if you've got a smart bulb, it's probably using one of those to talk to a hub in the exact same room. But then you have long-range solutions like LPWAN, LTE, and NB-IoT for massive distances. Think about an agricultural moisture sensor sitting out in the middle of a huge farm. That device uses a low-power wide area network, or LPWAN, so it can run on a single battery for years while pinging tiny bits of vital data across miles of land.
Oh, and before we move on, we have to talk about where all this data actually goes, the cloud versus the edge. The cloud is amazing for processing massive amounts of data over time. But edge computing, that processes data locally, right at the source. This is absolutely crucial for time-sensitive actions, like self-driving cars. If an autonomous car needs to hit the brakes, it cannot wait the milliseconds it takes to ping a central cloud server. It has to compute that action right on the edge of the network, instantly. So cloud for heavy analytics, edge for instant survival.
All right, let's hit part four, the four types of IoT. We're going to explore how these systems scale from the watch on your wrist to the entire globe.
First up is consumer IoT. This is all about personal convenience, your smart thermostats, wearables, connected cars. But get this, even a nicotine patch can be an IoT device now. Seriously, there are connected patches that collect real-time data on your intake patterns to offer personalized suggestions to help you quit smoking. Pretty wild, right?
But when we move beyond personal gadgets, the scale shifts dramatically. We're not just hacking our morning routines anymore. We're talking about transforming global industry and commerce.
That brings us to industrial IoT, or IIoT. This is totally revolutionizing manufacturing. Factories use highly specialized sensors for predictive maintenance. By tracking the exact wear and tear on heavy machinery, companies can literally predict a failure and fix it before the machine ever actually breaks down. It's all about digitizing entire factory floors into highly efficient, self-monitoring powerhouses.
Then we have commercial IoT. This is where businesses use tech like RFID tags and smart shelves to totally upgrade their operations. Imagine a retail store where the shelf itself knows you just took the last box of cereal and automatically orders more from the warehouse. Or in healthcare, where doctors use remote monitoring to continuously track a patient's blood pressure from miles away. It's a real game changer for efficiency and customer care.
Finally, the largest habitat of all, infrastructure IoT. This is the big stuff. Smart cities, traffic management, environmental monitoring. We're talking sensors on bridges checking structural health, cameras that adjust traffic lights in real time to kill gridlock, and smart street lights that actually dim when no one's around to save power. They even monitor river levels to trigger early earthquake or flood warnings.
Ultimately, by linking all of these massive systems together, we are literally building the foundation for the smart, sustainable cities of tomorrow. From the smartwatch on your wrist to the city's main power grid, these networks weave together to react to human needs in real time.
So where is this all heading? Let's wrap up with the future of IoT, because this connected reality is expanding at an absolutely staggering pace. Just to put the sheer scale of this into perspective, DARPA has a project called the Ocean of Things. They are deploying 50,000 autonomous sensor floats across the ocean. 50,000! They act like a massive floating network, autonomously tracking everything from vessel activity to shifting weather patterns. And that is just one single project. We are stepping into a world where billions of devices are constantly conversing in the background.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this. With billions of devices communicating right this second, how will the invisible networks of IoT shape your own future? It's not a concept of the future anymore. It's the nervous system of our present. Keep your eyes open to the sensors around you and think about the invisible data making your world run just a little bit smoother.